our affliction, we will seek him early. What affliction are we going through right now? As you see right now, look at our neighborhoods. Look at the way we live in. Can you tell me today that this is living? That this is how we as a people should be living? How you doing today, sis? You got a question?
Yeah.
Check.
I was wondering if y'all do unity, you celebrate 98 years of the African American flag.
Okay, so now I'm gonna address that. Now, first off, I want to start by saying this: Marcus Garvey was a great man for what he had. He tried to get our people to unite. He tried to build businesses for our people. He tried to put in different transportation and boats and things like that. He tried to do that, but what happened in the end? So-called white men, they did what they did, and they not exported. What is it? Deported. Exiled him. They exiled him, right? But now, what he did, even though it was great, even though we still have to have that same mindset, the reason why it failed is because it didn't stand upon this Bible. That's why it failed. Now, we use those same principles and that same concept, but we back it by the Bible. For example, the African American flag, right? So now, can I ask you a question? Is it possible for two men, is it possible for you to have two biological fathers? Not at all, right? But we call ourselves African American. Now, Africa, let's start with Africa. Africa was named after Leo Scipio Africanus, which was a Roman Italian navigator, a white man. And America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, which was another Roman Italian white navigator. So why do we call ourselves by two white men? Do you descend from two white men?
Black power, brother.
No. No, not at all, right? So why is it that we call ourselves African American? Okay, we're the lost people, right? So what should we be calling ourselves?
You should tell us, but this is what I'm saying. We just trying to do unity where we are right now. We're not even unified because we got so many judgments of each other, and we're from so many different cultures, and we're all mixed up and all falling apart. And so we're just trying to do unity on the small level because that's where our people are. They're not all as intelligent as you are.
Okay.
So we just deal with them in the place that they are and try to bring them close to us, and then we can get to that education.
Well, we got to teach how the black people get out of problem.
Right.
We got to
So
teach
now,
the black people how to get out of
unity,
problem.
right?
Or any way to get a job.
Check this out, brother. Check this out. Unity, right? So now, we do have to come together. In the book of Zephaniah, is it 3 and 1? 2 and 1, it says, gather together, O nation not desired. So it is commanded that we do get together, right? But how do we get together? Read that.
Amos 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So guess what it said? Can two walk together except they be agreed? Now, yes, we need to come together, but can we come together if somebody else believes another thing, or if somebody else still sells drugs, or somebody else is a pedophile, or somebody doesn't think something else is wrong, right? So,
like a lot of our
well, if
touch each other and change each other by example. We don't
right. So check this out, right? So if we believe the same thing, then yes, we can build in unity. We can't. That's why the scripture said.
We just neglect them?
No, we don't neglect them. We try to teach them, thus said the Bible.
We just reaching out
to
those who don't even know we have a flag. Those who don't know
we don't have a flag. That's not our flag.
Those who don't want to unify. Did you get a picture? I was just trying to see if y'all do.
Right, but now let me ask you a question. Now I got a question. Or no, not a question. I want to make a statement. So you said unity, right? How can we get in unity? Guess what? Every single one of these brothers you see here, and it's not even all of them, guess what? They have families too. So there's a lot more people than you see right now. Every single one of us started off as an individual not knowing this Bible. But guess what? We taught it, and guess what? They came in. One came in, then another came in, and then another came in. You know what? And from this Bible and unity in the Bible, guess what we were able to do? Do you know that we have 30 plus schools all over the world, from the UK to Ghana to Trinidad to Tobago to the Bahamas, Hawaii. We have schools, Puerto Rico, England. We have schools all over. Not only that, we have commercials that are coming out that people can see, that is aired and seen. We have movies. We have our own online schooling system to get our children out of the school systems that they in today. Guess what? That is what unity in the Bible has done. Now, with the concepts that Marcus Garvey had, what they were great, but did he ever succeed to that level? No. I have a question. Did he ever succeed to that level?
Opportunity to unify. We're not. I'm just.
Sis, but answer my question. Did he ever succeed to that level? Did he ever succeed? No, I'm gonna answer it for you. He never did. You know why? Because the foundation, this Bible, that is how you're going to get these things. Because it's not by our hand. It's by the Most High God. What you got? Read that for me.
Psalms 127 verse 1. Except the Lord build the house.
Read that again. Listen to this, sister. Listen to this. Listen to this. Read that again. Read the verse.
Psalms 127 verse 1. Except the Lord build the house.
It said, except the Lord build the house. Go ahead.
They labor in vain that build it.
It said they labor in vain that build it. So sis, you asked me about unity, but you're not listening to the scriptures right now. Because guess what? That's not going to work, sis. I'm going to just tell you now, that's not going to work. That you're putting a flag on our people that has kept us lost for years. It's not going to work. And so you come and you ask us for an answer, but now, matter of fact, yeah, get that for me. Go ahead, read that. So you want a homeland, right? You want something that gets to you. Read this.
Galatians 4 verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
So guess what? It said Jerusalem, not Africa. Jerusalem, not Egypt. Jerusalem, read.
Which is the mother of us all.
It said Jerusalem is the mother of us all. See, this is my thing. People come and they ask for a question. They ask a question, but they never want to hear the answer. You know why? Because it's not the answer that they want. They want to hear us all say, let's hold hands together and sing Kumbaya, just like your Christian pastor. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear that. Guess what? You got to change. In order for this to work, guess what? You have to change, sis. You have to change. We're not going to be able to come together unless you make changes according to this Bible. Like we read in Amos 3. Can two walk together unless they agreed? If you don't agree with this Bible, no. We are not going to join with you. That is the only way that we've been able to do this is by the Most High God and doing what he has commanded us to do. But our people don't want to hear that. Our people don't want to hear nothing about change. You know why? Because just like this so-called Pan-Africanism crap, it's another feel-good speech, just like your Christianity. Huh?
You said God love everybody.
Hey, brother, can you prove that to me in the Bible? Brother, I'll give you $100 right now if you can prove in the Bible that God loves everybody. Anybody out here right now, if you can prove in the scriptures that God loves everybody, I'll give you $100 right now. Come with your Bibles, come with your Google phones, come with your smartphones, your iPhones, your Androids, and let's see if God loved everybody. That's a bold statement, right?
Okay, you say that, and the fact that you said word for word, it does not actually say whatsoever that God is specific.
The scripture, God loves everybody.
Yes, sir.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son.
Let's get that scripture. Matter of fact, we have something just for that. Right. John 3:16. Now, I got a question for you. Right now. Do you know what Matthew 5 and 17 says? Oh, you can't go that far, but you know John 3:16, right? You know John 3:16. Everybody knows John 3:16. You know why? Because John 3:16 has been pushed by the white man and misconstrued for years. But you don't know what Matthew 5:17 says. You don't know what Revelation 1:14 says. You don't know what Obadiah 1 says. But of course you know John 3:16. Let's get John 3:16. Let's read that.
John 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world.
Hold on. So you said for God so loved the world, right? So who's the world? Who's the world? Who's the world? Who's the world?
It's everybody.
Let's see. Give me John. Let me get second John.
I don't need no money.
Oh, no. You have a K. You don't want to stand. Why is it that you run now? What is the world? 1 John 2, I think it's like 15. So what is the world? Answer this for me. I got a question for you. Answer this. Answer this one question for me. Read that.
1 John 2:15. Love not the world.
What did he say?
Love not the world.
So what is the world? Oh, I'm petty now. I'm petty. So what does love not the world mean? What does love not the world mean? You can't explain it. You know why? Because you're not learned in the scriptures. That's the problem with our people today. They say God so loves the world, but then we read in another scripture where it says, love not the world. Well, explain that. If we're supposed to to love the world, why does he say in another scripture, love not the world? You know that world has multiple meanings? Now you know that world, let's see. We have the sports world. We have a financial world. We have a media world. We have an animal world. We have a Moab and Ammonite world, which is Japanese, Chinese. We have an Edomite world, which is the so-called white man. We have the Elamite world, which is your so-called East Indians. We have a Hamite world, which is your so-called Africans. So what world is Christ talking about that he loved, that God loved? What world is that? Because nobody here can explain it. Nobody here can explain it now. That's what I want. Who is going to explain that world and what world that is that God loved? Nobody can explain it. But guess what? We can explain it. You know why? Because the Most High God has been gracious enough to put his spirit upon us that we can go out and teach our people, thus saith the Lord. Not what this so-called white man has taught us, not what your pastors have learned for them, but what God has said from the very beginning. Let's read that.
Isaiah 45 verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord.
Oh, it said, but Israel, but Israel, but Israel. These 12 tribes right here, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord. Go ahead.
With an everlasting salvation.
With a sometime.
Everlasting salvation.
Maybe once here in the Old Testament, but not here in the New Testament.
Everlasting salvation.
It said with an everlasting salvation. Go ahead.
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
Israel shall not be ashamed nor confounded. Go ahead.
World without end.
What did he call Israel?
World without end.
He just called Israel the world without end. Now let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. Let's see this real quick. Because it was said that somebody is the end of the world. Let's see who that is. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
It said for Esau. Check this out right here, brother. It says for Esau is the end of the world. Edomite, Esau is the same exact thing. So it says Esau is the end of the world. Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And guess what? Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's what our people don't know. Now give me John chapter 17 verse 20. John 17 verse 20. Again, who is this world? We're going to explain this world because obviously we know that there's many different meanings of the word world. So when God said, when Christ said God so loved the world, right? Go ahead.
John 17 verse 9. I pray for them.
So guess what? Christ said, I pray for them. Go ahead.
I pray not for the world.
I pray what?
I pray not for the world.
So guess what? There's two different meanings of the word world. He said, I pray for them. I pray not for the world. He doesn't pray for the entire universe. He only prays for who? Go ahead.
But for them which thou hast given me.
But for them which thou hast given me. Is that it? Go ahead.
For they are thine.
For they are thine. Who is those people? Let's get that. Who are those chosen people? Let's find out. Because obviously he said he prays not for the world. Let's see. There's a chosen people. Read that.
Isaiah 43 verse 1. But now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob. And he, O Jacob.
He said the Lord that created thee, O Jacob. You see that son? Jacob's name was changed to Israel. You had 12 sons that he had. From Judah all the way down to Naphtali. So he says, he's talking to Jacob. Go ahead.
And he that formed thee, O Israel.
Oh, who?
O Israel.
Israel.
Fear not, for I have redeemed thee.
He said, for I have redeemed thee. Did he say the whole world?
I have redeemed thee.
I have redeemed thee. Go ahead.
I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine.
He said, thou art mine. That's who Christ was talking about in John 17 and 9. That's why you have the pastors in your church say today, the Old Testament is done away with. You know why? Because they don't want to hear anything that the Old Testament has to say. That you would not get the New Testament without the Old Testament. You would have no idea what the New Testament is saying if you didn't have the Old Testament. Not only that, they tell you that the Old Testament is done away with, but you better not come without your tithes money. You better not come without that that $5, that $100, that $1,000. Guess what? The Old Testament is done away with, but boy, you got enough to get your money. They gonna kick your butt out that church quick. They take records. If you ain't gave within a week, guess what? Your ass has got to go. But the Old Testament is done away with. Right now, let's go back to John 3:16.
Bring it on!
Let's go back to John 3:16. For God so loved the world. So we know who that world is talking about, right? So it's talking about the world of Israel. Go ahead. Actually, let's jump up now, because a lot of people love John 3:16, but they don't know what it says in John 3:14. Let's see what that. Not start at John 1. I mean John 3:1. Read that.
John 3 verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees.
A man of the who?
Of the Pharisees.
So was the Pharisees somebody of all nations? Let's see. Go ahead.
Named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
A ruler of everybody.
Of the Jews.
So guess what? Nicodemus, a Pharisee, was a ruler of the Jews. So Christ wasn't talking to everybody. Now let's go to John 3:14.
John 3:14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
It says, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. Who did Moses lift that serpent up to in the wilderness? Who did Moses lift up that serpent to in the wilderness? Not Pharaoh. Let's read.
Numbers 21 verse 6. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people. And they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
Much people of all nations.
Of Israel died.
So it said much people of Israel died. Keep reading.
Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass, that everyone that is bitten
Of Israel, everyone that is bitten, read,
when he looketh upon it, shall live.
So guess what? Moses didn't lift up that serpent to everybody. He didn't lift up that serpent to all nations. He lifted up that serpent unto Israel. Now let's go back to John 3:14.
John 3:14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
So just like Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, go ahead.
Even so,
Meaning the same way, go ahead.
must the Son of Man be lifted up.
Must the Son of Man be lifted up. So guess what? Just like Moses lifted up the serpent to the Israelites in the wilderness, so must Christ be lifted up to the Israelites, not everybody else.
That's right.
He didn't come for everybody.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.